White Rioja, and what's in it for you? Robert FitzMaurice O'Malley, your sommelier chef at large. Today, we're talking about Nivarius, a producer from the Rioja region in Spain. This is a white version of Rioja. You won't see that many of those around. You might see them in specialty shops. To start with, this one is coming in right now around $12. Older vintages were much less expensive. I think that these tariffs with this dispute between the United States and some of the jet producers in Europe and the EU has really pushed a lot of the prices up kind of higher than they usually would be for European imports. But anyway, the reason why we're talking about this wine today is because if you enjoy crisp, round but lean, crisp, Chablis-like Chardonnays, or in other words, unoaked Chardonnay, if you like some Sauvignon Blancs that have a little bit rounder body, this is a great wine for you at an amazing value. It's really stylish. And I want to turn you on to the region of Rioja for Rioja Blanco, or White Rioja, in other words, just because this is a very useful wine. It's going to be a wine with a lot of utility for you in your dinner parties, as a reception wine, or just a crisp wine at the beach when you don't want the normal Sauvignon Blanc, or maybe you're tired of Vino Verde. Now, if you are a person who likes Sauvignon Blanc, I think about half of Sauvignon Blanc drinkers are going to like this. It has a little bit of the body of a very lean, crisp, round, but unoaked stainless steel Chardonnay, but it's got a lot of this real bright lemony, and maybe a little green underripened pear note, but mostly real bright lemon. I think it's going to appeal to a lot of Sauvignon Blanc drinkers. But you're going to get a little bit more round mouthfeel, coating of the palate. And so, yeah, so I think this will be a great wine for you. What I like the most about it is, before we go there, if you like big, buttery, oaky Chardonnays, this is not the wine for you. Go ahead, tune out. I've got plenty of videos about wines that are a little bit more buttery, oaky, a little more toast, a little bit more nutty. This is a really clean wine. Not much nuttiness, not much cream, not much butter, no oak, all stainless steel. So, there's wine styles for everyone, and I like to respect your time. And but if you're interested in this kind of crisp, bright wine with a little bit of body, what I would suggest doing with it, this is going to be phenomenal at dinner parties where you need something for some of the first courses, some of the soup, salads, and any kind of a green appetizer. It's going to go particularly well with any main course that has a lot of vegetable influences, especially bright green, difficult vegetables like asparagus, always the hardest, green beans. There's some harder things to pair with. This is going to go great with most of your fish. I can already taste the fish tartare of some kind, whether it's tuna tartare or some kind of crudity. I already can taste it, and going with this wine. Going a little further, what's a white Rioja, a Rioja Blanco? I have a hard time saying those together after a few glasses of wine. Well, it used to be a few things, but nowadays what it seems to be more of than anything is Viura, Viura is the varietal. This is a grape that's kind of known for its crisp, edgy flavors. To me, it's most famous really in Cava, Cava. That's your sparkling wine made in the champagne method in Spain that you'll see everywhere now, in every kind of store, in every kind of restaurant. Cava uses a lot of this grape. They call it Macabeo in Cava, but in Rioja they have a regional name of Viura, and you might see a few other parts west of Rioja where they use Viura as the spelling too. So you won't see Viura on the label. That's not unusual. This wine's going by a regional name of Rioja, so you just kind of have to know what the varietals are. There is a lesser known varietal that's also in here, which is in some ways related to Malvasia or some of these other varietals. The producer itself is actually known for an albino grape called Tempranillo Blanco. So far as I know, that doesn't appear in this wine, but this is about 60-70% old vine Viura. And for me, I can see where if you were making a sparkling wine, this would be such an easy substitution for Chardonnay. Most champagne methods, champenois, sparkling wine, cremant, most of these wines, if they're made in a champagne style, they're going to be Pinot Noir for body and Chardonnay for crisp, acid, edginess, brightness. So this wine being so crisp and so bright, it seems like a great choice. And Cava is one of the sparkling wine grape elements. But in this wine, I just think this is going to be great at the beach. It's going to be great on a hot, sunny day anywhere. Most of all, it's going to just really excel with a lot of vegetables, a lot of fresh seafood, especially any kind of tartare, undercooked poke bowls, that kind of thing. Sushi, especially sushi. Oh my gosh, yeah, I can kind of see little toasted sesame seeds on something too. That is sounding great. Definitely a tuna wine. Anything you'd use a classic French Chablis, which is an unoaked, or typically mostly unoaked Chardonnay from a very cold part of France. Very different than California buttery oaky chard. It's a great use for that. And as far as the producer, we're talking about a lesser known producer, a little harder to find. If you'd like me to help you find this wine, and you're in the New Orleans area or especially the uptown New Orleans area, just give me an email at robert@cheapdatewine.com. I can help find the wine for you. In the future, we'll be selling wines like this one, and also making it available for home delivery in the New Orleans area via Drizzly, or some comparable delivery service. In the meantime, trying to help you enjoy a lifestyle of luxury on a very light budget. And trying to introduce wines from around the world that are a little lesser known, so that we can take advantage of the great price points, and so that we can live a few steps above at a more modest budget, and also to experiment with some things that are new. Get you outside of that Chardonnay Cabernet paradigm. Robert FitzMaurice O'Malley, your sommelier and chef at large, signing out. Cheers.